Hi darlings, this is Christina, and today we have just a few new Guerlain goodies. I am so excited to share these with you, so let's just get into it. Hey darlings, so I did get a significant amount of Guerlain goodies. I have been on a Guerlain kick recently because I've been so impressed by the products that I just feel like I needed to try more. And what I like about Guerlain is they don't actually overwhelm us with products. They do very specific, very seasonal collections, and more recently they reformulated their blushes, so I felt like I needed to try at least one because I love their eyeshadow so much. They now gave us a new Kiss Kiss Bee Glow Oil, and I had to try, and a concealer. Now, I did try their foundation in the past. I will show you here because I don't remember the name of it, but I recall not being a fan of it and actually returning it. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the finish. It was supposed to be matted. It just wasn't my vibe. I wasn't going to wear it. So I did return that, but everything else from Guerlain I've been a fan of, so I thought I'd take a chance with the concealer because I feel like at this time in my makeup life, I don't have a concealer I absolutely love. Like, nothing is perfect. And maybe there is no perfect concealer, but I need one that isn't like water-based because right now all I've been using is my Chanel Le Beige Complexion Touch, and the color a little bit lighter than what I would typically use. I use under my eye, and it seems to work relatively well, honestly, better than any concealer I have, and I have many. So I thought I would try this one. So I think what we'll do is we'll try this first. That way we can just, you know, get to the pretty things. So this is the concealer. Now, there are a few claims here. So first, the concealer is 11.5 milliliters and it has a 6-month shelf life. It is claiming to be 24-hour wear, no transfer, no touch-ups needed. So it's giving some pretty hefty claims. It is supposed to be a natural perfection concealer. Guerlain is all about, as many luxury beauty claim to be, very much not about makeup looking like makeup. It's a very seamless, is she wearing makeup, is she not wearing makeup kind of look. That's kind of like the idea of it, which is perfect for like mature skin types. So what I'm going to do, I typically don't get crazy with my concealer. As I've been getting older, I find that less is more. So I'll put it around here, around the darkest areas. And guys, I have not put any concealer on. No, I'm going to say that. So I have already put my skincare and foundation on right now, just so you know. I just haven't put my concealer on because typically what I'll do is I'll do my concealer last after everything. So, okay, so I'm patting it in. And I'm not going to lie, I have been using this concealer and I have to say I really do like it. It's got a slight like almost like baby powder smell, but it's very light. It's not offensive. I'm not offended by it, at least. And that's it. And so I think it gives a fair amount of coverage. I would say this is medium coverage. I would not call this a full coverage concealer. You can build it, but I will say the more you build, the more I did see like the creasing throughout the day. If I do one light layer, I didn't see any creasing that whole day. And I've been testing it. I think I received it in the mail on Monday. Now, I purchased this a while ago, but there were some shipping issues. So I recently received it and I've been using it all week. Today's Saturday, which is always my filming schedule, Saturday and Sundays. So I've been testing it for about 5 days with many different foundations in many different forms. And I'm able to use it with all my foundations. The only caveat I would say is don't overbuild, especially if you have like fine lines, crepey skin, you know, it's a little drier. I would say I'm normal to dry skin texture. So I would say, yeah, if you're like me, don't go overboard. I think at some point I thought I liked a more liquid concealer. Like I thought the more liquid it was, the better it would be. But I think I find that I actually like it better when it's a little bit tacky, so it kind of stays. I feel like the liquid actually moves a little more. So this has a nice balance of being a kind of a stickier formula, and still being very like hydrating. You guys know I've been struggling with my under eyes and trying to get it to look the best they possibly could, and I've been wanting to try a powder, a setting powder specifically, and I am waiting for Guerlain, and I told you guys they're coming out with something new. It looked like there was a something happening, and there is going to be a release, a drop in April, which you best believe I will be reviewing. So, you know, if you're not subscribed, do so if you like Guerlain. But in the meantime, I decided to try the La Mer Lait Powder. Now, listen. I realize how expensive this is for setting powder. It took me a few weeks to really decide, am I really going to do this? Am I really spending over $100 for setting powder? But I thought nothing has worked. I've tried many. I've tried all of the acclaimed Givenchy. I tried it. I hated it. I sent it back to Sephora. I've tried the Chanel setting powder. I've tried a little bit of everything, and nothing has quite worked out for me. So I thought, why not? If I hate it, I can always, you know, take it back. I hate to be like that, but I just don't like to have like clutter around. And for review purposes, usually I'll keep the product, but if it's something I'm buying that I'm probably not going to review necessarily, because I'm not going to do a dedicated review on this La Mer powder, I'm just going to tell you about it and I'm going to show you. But I really like it. Now the only caveat is there are not a lot of color options. There is a very light color option, and this is how it kind of looks. And it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. Like, people were saying they didn't like that about it, but it does. But I find it's nice. It's super creamy, super fine. It's silky. And I think for what I'm looking for, I needed something that was going to be almost like, it was going to be so fine, it was not going to settle into my lines. And I find that it doesn't. No real noticeable scent. So I'm going to just take my little buffer brush, which, you know, probably isn't the best brush, but I find that even with it, I can use it and it doesn't crease. So I'm just going to put a light amount under my eye to set it and on my face. I find that this powder has been helping my makeup stay in place a little better. So that's why I'm doing it before I put the, we're going to play with the blush, and it just gives your skin a nice soft finish without being like too heavy. So like I said, the only caveat, it's very light, but I don't feel like it is making me look too light. I was sifting between 00 Nude Clair and 01 Rose Clair, and since I couldn't make a decision, I just said I'm just gonna get one blush, and then I changed my mind and I decided to order the Rose Clair, which is 01. So I'll do that one on a separate day, but for now, we have this beautiful blush. This is 02 Light Coral. The claim is that the Terracotta blush is formulated with 90% natural derived ingredients, transparency revealed, and sets cheekbones with a delicate shade reminiscent of freshness that rises to the cheeks after an outdoor escape. Wow, that's cute. With its lightweight and airy texture, this long-lasting and comfortable powder blush reveals skin's natural undertones under a perfectly balanced, ultra-buildable, and second skin veil of color. This does have 5 grams of product and a 12-month shelf life. Now I am going to swatch this for you here. And like they said, it's very buildable, but as you can see, it is a beautiful color. That is exactly what I hoped it would look like. It's light, but it's still really pretty. It has like almost like a coralish hue to it. And I think on my skin color, on medium to light skin color, it's gonna look really pretty. Darker skin colors, I think, would like the next step up, because Guerlain did 2 versions of each color. They did a light and a dark. And since I was going for more natural, I thought the lighter would be more natural for me. Now I'm going to work on both cheeks with one different type of brush. So I have my Sonia G, which is a natural hairbrush, and I'm going to put this on my right side just to see how it applies. So I'm going to pat a little, pat on the back of my hand, and I want to see. Now this also has that same smell, that like almost baby powder smell, but not in a bad way. It's not aggressive, but it's definitely present. So I just want to make you aware of that. Like I don't see any sheen to it, but very buildable. And you definitely would prefer a more buildable blush than one that you have to be very careful with, because it's much harder to take away blush than to add blush. So this is like my fourth amount. And I like to focus my blush around here because I want my cheeks to look fuller. I'm very long, so for me, I want to give the illusion of a full face. It's a beautiful finish. I really like this finish. It's very pretty. It's very skin-like, like they stated. It does look like skin. And it's a beautiful color. This is going to be perfect for spring. And as it sets, it is giving off like a little bit of luminosity from within. So it's not, I don't know what this is, but it's very interesting because it's matte, but at the same time, you still see a little luminosity from within. So it kind of looks like a lit from within look, but it's still matted. Okay, before I do both cheeks, I want to show you guys the Kiss Kiss Bee Glow lip oils, because I feel like once I put this peach one on, that pink one's gonna look a little crazy. I don't know. Should I? I'm gonna wait. So I'll finish that cheek once I'm done with that. So let's do that first. The first one I purchased is the Pop Rose Glow, and I couldn't resist. Look how gorgeous this pink color looks. This is rich. It's juicy, and I could not say no, guys. I could not say no. And I told you this when I was looking at the spring releases, the new releases coming, that I was going to at least pick up one. I just ended up picking two out. But I have been trying these, guys. And I have to tell you something. These are definitely contending for the throne of lip oils. More than my DIOR. I love DIOR. But I have to tell you something, guys. These lip oils are so hydrating. They last so long. And I feel like once they actually kind of start to fizzle like that slip, it sets in and your lips have the prettiest little stain, especially with this one. This is the only one I've tried thus far, and it's so pretty. So I'm just going to show you this. Back of my hand. So you can see it's very moisturizing, very hydrating. Look at that. Look at that glow. Ugh, I can't stand it. It's so pretty, but more than that, it's so hydrating. Like right now, I'm having issues with my lips. Really dry. I don't know what's going on, and no, like, I don't know what I did. Maybe I needed to like throw away some of my lipsticks that are way overdue, and I'm still using them. And so I'm gonna get rid of those and see how that works. But as you can see here, this pink color. Let me see. Look at that. Really pretty, pretty pink color. Her lip, but better pink. And it feels so good. And doesn't do that weird sticky thing where you go like that and it has that little string. I haven't had any of those issues with this particular lip oil, and I love it. It's so nice. Now, I'll tell you what these claims are. I want to show you kind of a picture of what these do, like the layers. I thought this was very interesting. So I'm going to show you the multifaceted natural origin formula. At the lip surface, that's the bottom portion of this diagram, it shows the balm layer, which is infused with bee caring ingredients, and it soothes, and I can attest to that. It absolutely soothes. My lips feel so nice right now. Like I said, I'm having issues with them. The second layer is the tinting. It's the pigment layer with eosin. And then the last is the glazing. It's a high shine coating layer with light reflective vegetal oil. So this combination is so awesome. And what it states, it has 92% naturally derived ingredients. It's going to give you 24-hour hydration, and it gives you 24 hours of strengthening the skin barrier. I can attest that it absolutely is hydrating. So this is the color, guys. So you see the color, you love it. I love it. You love it like you love it. No, I love it. And so let me remove this and we'll do the other. It's 309 Honey Glow. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time filming in my lighting right now. Like I do part natural light and part artificial light, but it's really cloudy today. It's off and on rain in California, so yeah. But this color I haven't tried, but let me show you a little swatch first. Right below, right here. So as you can see, this is going to go perfect with that light coral or the deep coral shade. And it still has a little stain from the other one, just slightly, but my lips are naturally pinkish, and I think most people's are. So, you know, pink is always going to be a naturalish look for you, just so you know. So confirm, but I feel like there's something pH balanced in this. That's a pretty color. And you see how it kind of leans a little pinkish? So this is the Honey Glow. And with that being said, like many oils, I would say you're not always gonna see huge difference in color. And so for this one, I would say it's very similar to Up Rose, but they look very different in the bottle, but they don't look much different on the lips to me, I think. Anyway, I'm going to finish my face with the cheeks, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Be right back. Okay, darling, so I promised I was going to show you with a different brush. So this is my Chanel blush brush, which I love. It is a synthetic brush, so you can see how the varying applications will look based on the brushes you have or use. So let's tap it off, and let's see how much this picks up. Well, I definitely feel like the natural hairbrush picks up the pigment more. This is going to take you a little longer to build up, so I feel like with this one I don't even have to really pat it off. Both are good applications, just depends on like how quickly you want to get the job done. I feel like if you want to go slow and easy, get a synthetic brush. If you want to build it up relatively quickly, get that pigment going, then use a natural hairbrush. But this is the Sonia G and with the Chanel. All right, darling, so I have been loving the Lisa Eldridge Skin and Makeup Enhancing Mist. I haven't talked about it, and I kept hinting that I was going to do a review on it, but I feel like, how do you really do a review on a, I don't know, finishing spray? But this has been my go-to. I have kind of stopped using my Charlotte Tilbury and my Milk makeup, and this has been it because it gives me all of those things. It makes your skin look so nice, so flawless, right? Let me not make it so scary like always when I do the spray, but it's a very fine spray. I don't know if you saw that. It's so nice. It's got a very mild, fresh scent. Can you see? And it makes your skin naturally glow. So I don't know if you saw that, but that was it, right? The Milk makeup one comes out very aggressively and in big chunks. That's problematic because then it's all over your face, it's spotty, and it takes a while to dry. Charlotte Tilbury is great, but for me it's not as hydrating. So I feel like the Lisa Eldridge is giving me both. It sets and moisturizes. I love this, and I will be repurchasing this in the future. Absolutely love each and every piece. I told you I'm going to get the Rose Claire, so I will debut that later. It's coming from Nordstrom, so it should be here next week. But I am having a surgery on my mouth, so you may see these videos coming out in a succession that's not normal. I'm trying to record as much as I can this weekend. I don't know that I'm going to get to my color series this weekend, but I promise you guys I will get to more creative content. But right now, due to the demand of needing to get these products out and in the social media universe, I need to get these products recorded and out. So those are my first things I'm going to be getting out, and then once I heal, hopefully it only takes like a week or so, I will get back to my filming schedule, but I'll hopefully be able to edit and upload throughout the week, but I don't know. I don't know how everything's gonna go. I'm praying it goes seamlessly and fabulously, and we should be good. But I love the Guerlain products. I feel like I said, this one's one of my favorite concealers at the time. I think I can still do better, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix my issue, because it could just be me and my particular eyes and how my lines kind of set. So I feel like it does a great job, but at the same time, there will be a little bit of creasing, not much, but little, but it's the least of all the concealers I have. The lip glows, I feel like I need to show you a couple of others. So now this one will be the closest to this one. This is the DIOR Rosewood Lip Glow Oil. I'm gonna place it here. Now these have been my ride or dies. I freaking love these glosses. They're moisturizing, they're juicy, they're buttery. As you can see, I have just a little bit left, meaning I use them, okay? I have to tell you, I think Guerlain is gonna take the cake. And as you can see, once I swatch this, do you see how much more juicy this looks? Look at it. Look at the juice. You cannot deny this looks so much more shiny, but even more than that shine, it actually is very nourishing, okay? I'm gonna also show you the Hermes, okay? I don't use this. I don't use it ever. I reviewed it. I don't even think I reviewed it. I bought it and then I put it in the drawer. It's got a decent shine, but I hate this applicator. Okay, it's super small. And I just don't love the formula, you know? So I would say Guerlain is amazing. Now I will say that this color is definitely leaning more pink on me than I thought it would. That's neither here nor there. I think the formula is amazing. I think the slip is beautiful. I think the shine is great. And like I said, I have tested them outside of today and they do last. Now in regards to the blush, love, love, love this blush. Like I said, it has a finish that's not very luminous. It does look very skin-like. Because our skin naturally, right, without any skincare or anything like that, once you kind of let it set, most of us aren't going to be super shiny unless you have very oily skin. But most of us, well, I should say, normal to dry skin, it's going to be rather dry. So I like this powder formula. I think it looks really natural on the face and it doesn't look ashy. So it's drier, but it doesn't look ashy to me anyway. If you can see, it looks really nice. And I think your oils kind of show through later and give it that luminous look that it's kind of giving right now. I do want to show you just a few other orange peachy blushes I have. This is from the Chanel Spring collection. And I'm just gonna play with the peach side and I'm gonna put it alongside here. So you can see like the difference in tone and finish. So as you can see, the Chanel one, it kind of is a little flatter and it has a different luminosity. Do you see the difference? This one is very matte, but it is smooth. This one is kind of flat, but it does have a slight little radiance. I don't know. Am I saying this right? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? But it is different in the finish. And let's go with my favorite, the Beige et Coral, which is like my ride or die. It's still going to be my ride or die, but let's put it on top here. And this does take a while to build up, which is probably why I love it so much. Here. So that's right above. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the difference in the finish. That one's probably the closest actually to the Guerlain color. Very nice. The finish is still different though. The Guerlain's softer. But darlings, I hope this review helped. I don't know, what do you guys think? Have you been looking out for Guerlain? Have you been loving the Guerlain releases? Have you purchased anything? Is it on a wish list for you? I hope this review helped. I hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful week, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. Probably coming sooner than later, okay? So anyways, love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.